broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's the super late model cars brought to you tonight right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, racing for a cause. My goodness, it's been a little while since Rick and I have done this. And the first thing I normally do is, Rick, how are you tonight? Rick? Rick didn't get the memo. Or at least his alarm clock isn't working properly, but I'm sure he'll be along directly. Tonight's race, new Smyrna Speedway half-a-mile track, and from what I'm being told tonight, cars are kind of tight in the center, a little loose off, and it is a daytime race. Air temperature 66 degrees, track temperature 84. Not sure if that's going to loosen up or not, but right now, Andy, the series admin, was telling me definitely tight in the center, loose coming off, and that tight in the center definitely usually has that kind of issue. Listen, we are really getting close to the end of this season here with the super late models, and just 3 more races to go, including tonight. This race pushed off for a little while, but here we are back into the swing of things. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And good evening, Linda. Good to see you out there. You're doing better than Rick. He's not joined me yet. But I do, again, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Great time to reflect on the year gone by. Certainly, lots of stuff to think about there, personally and outside of that too. So good stuff. Can't wait to get it going here tonight. And we have got a bunch of cars out there. They're going to get set to go to the qualifying. Of course, here tonight we do heat racing, so no qualifying, but heat racing instead to try and make that field up. As I see it right now, 23 different drivers have been in the server. We'll see if all 23 try and make the start for tonight's race. If you do, that's a lot. You can barely hear me. Oh, Linda, I am so sorry. Let me crank it up just a little bit. That's about all I got right there. I hope that's enough. Or is it that the cars are too loud? I suppose that could be too. Let me crank that down just a touch. Listen, it's been a couple of weeks. Some of the settings have changed. We've had a new update, lots of Windows updates and all that time. So everything's going to have to kind of get focused back in, Linda. I hope that's a lot better for you. And we're going to get set to go into some racing. Linda, please, if it's not better, let me know. There's a couple other things I can try and do. Just need to know if it's sounding okay or not. Usually, I would have Rick out there telling me, hey, that's not sounding good, or hey, that's sounding perfect. But again, tonight, running a little bit late. Practice lap. Okay, that's what I was thinking you were going to say. Let me fix that right up. That should do it right about there, I'm thinking. Brad, how are you, bud? Good to see you out there. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving as well. It's so tough to set up sound when you're got your headphones on. You're listening to everything. It's hard to listen to two different things at the same time and try and get the same kind of quality. But we'll get it dialed in here and be ready to go very, very soon. Only about 3 minutes to go before those heat laps. Thank you, Linda. Start kicking off. So I think we should go ahead and take a look at the point standings. Of course, this is the eastern side of this season. They started off with the West Coast swing. Now we're on the East Coast swing. And the points results so far on the East Coast. Ryan Nolan walking it up. 107 points so far. Brian Hacker, who is the West Coast champion, he's sitting back about 9 points with 98 in second spot. Andrew Hill sitting in third with 92. Rex Hoyle, AJ Hamlin, James McIntyre, Matt Votty, Matthew Spinks, Dylan Blankenship, and Mike Holtzclaw rounding out the top 10. On the other side, you've got Mark Farver, Jeffrey Stiles, Zach Coyer, Andy Lambert, Justin Rigsby, AJ Rogers, Colin Allman, Al Smith Jr., Justin McDuff, and Travis Wright. Of course, if you remember back on the beginning side of the schedule, the West Coast swing, there was a battle between AJ Hamel and Brian Hacker. Hacker taking it away in the very last race, doing everything that he needed to do to win that championship, at least on that half of it. And man, what incredible racing the first half of the season. Second half of the season so far hasn't been a slouch either. Ryan Nolan locking up the last race we ran, and man, he has been looking sharp as a needle out there. He has figured it out, kind of knocking the rust off, getting ready for the rest of the spring and winter. Big update yesterday here on iRacing, changing a lot of things, including some of the waves paints are going to show up, and I've already started to see a little bit of those differences. It looks super sharp. I want to give a shout out to AJ Hamlin. He is looking like he is going to race tonight, although word on the track is he is not feeling great. So an ill AJ Hamlin going to be on track. Knows that he can't afford to take a provisional. That would be a season killer for him. He's been racing so well in this series this season long. The provisional points just not enough to try and keep him right there with Brian Hacker. Trying to get, well, hopefully an announcement here coming very, very soon as far as a date. But it does look like we are going to have ourselves a little bit of a charity race in January between two different leagues, or with two different leagues, not between. These guys are going to be racing for charity. There is no in between the two leagues. These guys right here are racing for a cause, guys. And the Blazing Pedal guys over on Sunday nights before their season kicks off, they wanted to do something special. I put those two leagues together. They are actually at this moment talking about what we're going to be doing, when we're going to be doing it. It does look like it's going to be January, just not sure exactly when it's going to be. Stay tuned because that one's going to be a good one. Here we are getting ready for the very first heat race. And we're going to have some pretty big names out there to get us kicked off. We've got Ryan Nolan in the 87. He's going to have the pole for the very first heat race tonight. Cade Green, Mike Holtzclaw, Matt Votty, Jeffrey Stiles, Justin McDuff, Justin Rigsby, and A.J. Rogers rounding out the 8 drivers for heat number 1. The Ford Mustang pulls off, and we get ready to go. Hey, there's Rick. Oh, shoot. Very, very, very sorry. I'd extend this on to everybody in the family. We don't know you guys personally, but of course you're part of the RFC family by virtue of your young man driving here tonight. And so sorry. Thoughts and prayers will go out to you from my family to yours. New Smyrna, half a mile. Rick, I was told, and I don't know if you caught it or not, but a little tight in the center, loose coming off. That track temperature went down about 9 degrees or so. Air temperature holding steady at 66. And Ryan Nolan using that pole to his advantage as he pulls out front. Votty sitting in second spot in his number 8. Cade Green in the 19 running in third. Holtzclaw, Justin McDuff, Jeffrey Stiles, Justin Rigsby, and A.J. Rogers rounding out the field. And Ryan Nolan picking up right where he left off just a few weeks ago as he is leading this field in heat race number 1. A pretty decent sized field, Rick. A lot of drivers out there looking to try and claw their way back into this eastern half of the series. As, man, I couldn't believe there's like 23. At one point, there was like 13 drivers for most of the practice, and then all of a sudden it filled in. No, I recognize that as soon as I loaded in here tonight. Oh, Ryan Nolan having a trouble. We're going to go back and check it out. So Ryan Nolan was leading this one. Votty was starting to catch up to him in the 8 car. Putting a little pressure on the backside of the 87. And I believe it happens here on the next set of turns. 87. Oh, it goes up a little bit and may have experienced some netcode down into the 19. Stacks them up hard. So just like that, Ryan Nolan cycles back through the field a little bit. And I don't believe it was any fault to either one of those drivers, either Nolan or Vadi. Nolan jumping it down onto pit road. A Ford Tempo. You know what? I remember those being raced. I do. I've got another fun fact if you're willing to hear it. The fun fact is that I love fun facts. And that's a fact, Jack. Feels good to be back out here calling a race. It's amazing how quickly you can get rusty doing this if you're not doing it, if that makes any sense. Pace car lights are off. We go around the track one more time. That Mustang, that beautiful Ford Mustang, going to be dropping off onto pit road this time by. Bro, all you got to do, keep watching that Mustang. It'll smooth everything out for you. Pace car's off, and we are back under the green. Body wasting no time. Hops on that loud pedal, and down the straightaway he goes into turn number 1. Jeffrey Styles hot on his heels. The 85 looking to try and capitalize on his restart position. Justin Rigsby in the 99 right behind him. Nolan restarted in 4th spot. That's where he is right now. Very, very light damage on that car, so not going to affect too much the way that car was driving, as we are under caution once again. We go back. Oh, the 99 and the 17 of Rogers get together. Rogers goes around. Oh, kind of a nice easy spin there, but not something he was looking to do. And with just 2 laps to go, this heat race looks like it's going to end under the caution. A Mercury Topaz. Andrew Hill checking in. Topaz, Tempo, I mean, weren't they kind of the same? Two cautions right here in the first heat, and like I said, it's going to end under that caution as we hit the final lap. White flag and yellow flag in the air at the same time out of the flag stand. So it's going to be Vadi, Styles, Ryan Nolan, your top 3. Cade Green, Mike Holtzclaw, Justin McDuff, AJ Rogers, and Justin Rigsby in that order. As the checkered flag waves over. 2 cautions in the first heat racing. Now we're done. Little extra activity down on the front stretch afterwards. No harm, no foul there. Heat race number 2. No matter what it says, we're going to fix that. Heat race number 2. It's got some names in it itself. Andy Lambert's going to be on the pole. James McIntyre Jr., Matthew Spinks in 3rd. Brian Hacker, Rex Hoyle, AJ Hamill, Zach Coyer, and Dylan Blankenship to start this one off. As they start pulling up. He was pretty crazy about that Mercury. Andy Lambert leading the charge here in heat number 2. Green flag in the air for heat race number 2. Andy Lambert to the inside in the 72. The 81 of James McIntyre Jr. on the outside. They're side by side coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch. The 72 loses a little bit of ground coming off from turn 2 into turns 3 and 4. Andy Lambert gathers it back up, shoves it back in there, and the 81 of McIntyre takes over the lead. So from the outside, the 81 leading the first lap, and the 72 maybe starting to go backwards. Here comes Brian Hacker in the 11 on the outside, trying to put some pressure on the 72 of Andy Lambert. Lambert can't do anything with it, and Hacker goes around on the outside, heading into turns 1 and 2 now. Andy Lambert tries to fight back on the inside, coming off the turn, can't do it, and now settles into position. The 35 of Matthew Spinks looks to the outside. It's been working for the guys ahead of him, but right now, Andy Lambert was able to block it off. Right behind them, it's Rex Hoyle in the 54, making the inside work as he goes around A.J. Hamlin in the 18. Rex Hoyle in the 54 moves up to 5th spot. We have yet to talk to Rex, but we will get there in that little 5-minute break that they put on between the heat racing and the A main. Rex will be able to tell us a little bit more about that Homestead. Right now, though, Brian Hacker is doing just about what he's been doing all season long, Rick. He is leading. Looking to have a good starting spot here out of the A main if he can win this heat race. James McIntyre sitting in 2nd spot. Andy Lambert holding on to 3rd. Matthew Spinks doing 4th spot. Rex Hoyle, A.J. Hamel, and Zach Cold Beer Coyer picking up the rear. Dylan Blankenship did not start this heat race. So 7 drivers, and look at the lead Brian Hacker is amassing. He has found his way around this track, and man, he is putting the hurt on everybody. Half a second lead over McIntyre at this time. And 50 miles. Ryan. Chevette. I think the biggest news so far going into next year, Rick, and I've already mentioned it once, but I'm going to plug this thing as much as I can going into it. Some Saturday night, in fact, in January, it's going to be Racing for a Cause with Blazing Pedals on the same track. I'll spoil the car. It's going to be the K&N car. I will not spoil the track. It's going to be a good track. And it's going to be a charity race. I know what the charity is. I'm excited and proud of these guys for working it all out amongst themselves at this time. It's going to be really, really cool. checkered is out, but Brian Hacker, James McIntyre, Andy Lambert, Matthew Spinks, Rex Hoyle, AJ Hamlin, Zach Coyer is the way it finished out. Yep, gonna be a lot of fun. All right, heat race number 3, and it's shaping up like this. The 45, Doug Wasaki, is gonna be on the pole. Chad Meadows in the 3, right to his right-hand side. Chris Stumpf gonna start in the 3rd spot in his number 98. Al Smith Jr. in the 96 on his outside. Colin Allman, and we know what this kid is able to do. Holy cow, is he a short track racer or what? He's gonna be starting in 5th spot tonight. 6th place belongs to Travis Wright. 7th, Mark Fravert. Yeah, see, I was burnt out. That's what I'm going with, and I couldn't pronounce names correctly. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. I already have, I already have the 45. Looks like he's gonna self-impose an EOL penalty. Doesn't want to be up front at the start of this one. Yeah, if you think I missed that during practice, Rick, you are crazy. I hope you lit a candle in the bathroom. That's all I'm saying. All right, here we go for heat race number 3. Pace car dropping off. Chris Stumpf gonna assume the pole, and man, what an interesting start there. He kind of held him up, and the 3 didn't know quite what to do with it. Chad Meadows losing a couple of spots. The 67 moves up. That's Colin Allman, and Allman in the hunt for the race lead. The 44, Mark Fravert, he is up there battling it out with the 3 car for 3rd spot. They're 2 by 2, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Excellent stuff. I love short track racing. My lord. Up front, though, it is Chris Stumpf trying to lead the way. He's got Allman right behind him. Allman going to be pushing on that back bumper pretty quickly here as the 67 gives no quarter at all to the 98. Wants to get to the lead. Colin Allman had a peek to the inside and actually had the run. Just couldn't complete the pass. The 98 using the momentum on that slightly higher lane to hold on, and he's going to have to try again as Allman takes a look down to the inside. He's going to be diving down into turns 3. Chris Stumpf blocks him down and holds on to that position. 10 more laps to go here in heat race number 3. All right, I gotta ask, Skittlecar. I may regret this, but please do enlighten me. What is a garbage plate? Allman to the inside once again, and he has got a good look this time going into turn 1 and 2. Oh, they make slight contact. Allman able to hold on. Chris Stumpf trying to save it. Oh, man. Hits the gas just a little too hard. Now has to back up. Caution flag comes out. First caution, heat race number 3. We're going to go back and take a peek and see just what happened there. So Allman had a run. Uh-oh, Rick, I can't hear you. That was, No, I don't. Well, let's see here. No. Huh. I didn't think I had done anything. Although, you know, there's been some updates. Hmm. Go ahead and talk for just 1 second, Rick. No. Okay. Rick, go ahead and try talking one more time.
Oh, we can definitely do that.
Okay. I think that did it.
I did it?
I think so.
Give it the loud kid again.
Race of any combination of home fries, macaroni salad, baked beans, or french fries, topped with your choice of meats and dressed to your liking with spicy mustard, chopped onions, and a hot meat sauce.
I think we got to plan a road trip.
Interesting. Well, obviously some more Windows settings will have to be addressed a little bit. I kind of did a little quick fix. It's not the fix I want to do, but it'll work for right now. Speaking of right now, we've got 3 laps to go, and I never went back to live. My goodness, I was so busy trying to fix that up for you, Rick. So I want everybody to hear your voice, you know?
I had some great jokes there.
Nope, I didn't hear one.
They didn't hear one. Well, they might hear it, though, if they rewatch the broadcast, maybe. Probably not.
No.
I don't know. No?
They're gone, man. They're gone.
Oh. Well, anyway, you know, because we thought Ryan Nolan drove a Mercury during his first race, Alan Jackson got himself a Mercury. And we were corrected. It was a Chevy, so that's how the Chattahoochee song came about. Him and Ryan Nolan were fogging up the windows in his old Chevy. It's not as good now, though.
Al Smith and Chris Stumpf, your top 3 out of heat race number 3. My lord. Oh, man. Warm-up has begun, so we have no more heat racing. Want to go ahead and get tonight's sponsor since we know chat's working again. So that's something.
Yeah, I'm here for the important things.
Yeah, right. Trying to find him.
There you go.
Oh, hey, look at that. Rick, go ahead and take it away.
Mr. Rex Hoyle, you got Rick and Chris up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Rex Hoyle, Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I've got you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, buddy, if you can hear me, man. Well, number one, welcome back. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and thank you very much for sponsoring tonight's race. It's the Hoyle Homestead 100 here at New Smyrna. Tell us a little bit about the Homestead, my friend.
Well, the Hoyle Historic Homestead is a nonprofit educational organization that was formed in 1991 to purchase and preserve Gaston County's oldest residence, which just happened to be the Hoyle House. And in 1993, the site was listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
Well, that's pretty cool there. Now I threw the website up in chat, so everybody that's watching out there can head on over there. I've looked at it there quite a bit myself, and it looks like you do a lot of cool things, man. So that's really awesome of that, and you know what you guys doing. So we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I discovered it during some ancestry work, and was really surprised it was as close to where I live. I'm about 2 hours away, and the house was built back in the 1700s, and
Wow.
really cool that it's still there, and it was exciting to go down and visit and be a part of the organization.
Well, that's really cool, man. I mean, that is down in what? It's Dallas, North Carolina, correct?
That's correct, just outside of Charlotte.
That's beautiful. And you guys got some stuff that going on. Definitely, folks, if you haven't yet, go there, check it out. It looks really cool. I love history. And now, do you have direct ties to the homestead, or?
Yes, I do. The Peter Hoyle was the one that built it, and he's my great grandfather way back in the 1700s.
Wow, that is cool, man. Well, hey, listen, thanks again, Rex. We look forward. I mean, you've been a part of RFC for a long time. Chris and I adore you. You're an awesome racer, a great friend, and we wish you luck here tonight.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys doing the show. You do a great show every week, and big thanks goes out to Racing for a Cause.
Well, excellent, buddy. Hey, listen, you only got a minute and 50 seconds left to practice, so we're going to let you get back out there and wish you the best of luck here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you to Rex Hoyle, driver of the number 54, getting ready to get it on here tonight. And thank you once again for sponsoring tonight's race. Glad that we have some entertainment value, Rick, although sometimes I question that myself.
Sometimes we question it a little bit there, but man, these guys do a great job. It's easy to broadcast, and put on a good show here because the drivers do such an awesome job, Chris. We got a little bit of we had something to do with this league, and it's just growing beyond what we ever imagined. And we're so proud of the guys over there at Racing for a Cause, how they can just continue on our legacy and do what they do, man. So it's a pleasure.
Yep, a lot of fun. Right now, Chris Stumpf, the guy with the hot shoe around this track, he is figuring it out with a 16.936 right here during the warm-up session. 55 seconds to go before we start to worry about gridding him up and wondering if Chris remembers to push the right buttons. It's not a guarantee, folks.
What Chris are you talking about? Are we talking about Chris Stumpf and the number 98 Moonshine Midnight Moon machine? I mean, if it said Chevy, even Ford, I'd be a little more happy. But that is a beautiful car.
What's this even Ford stuff?
I'm just saying. I don't like Toyotas.
Can we at least say or Ford? Ooh, look at the sun. She is going down, and it is bright in the entrance of turns 3 and
4. Before it gets too dark, we're gonna have to go into a cockpit view with somebody to see that, man. Because I mean, it looks cool on track, but going into a cockpit, I'm actually kind of glad I'm not driving tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, next stop, we're gonna grid them up. On the pole tonight, driving the number 8, it's going to be Matt Vadi. On his outside, the 11 of Brian Hacker. Starting in row 2, position 3, it's going to be the 10 of Travis Wright. To his outside, Jeffrey Stiles in his 85. And the 81 car starting in 5th place tonight, it's going to be James McIntyre Jr. And to his outside, the 96, Mr. Al Smith Jr. Starting in 7th place tonight, the number 87 of Ryan Nolan, and to his outside, you guessed it, Andy Lambert. And that's an actual picture of him, by the way. Starting in 9th position, it's going to be Chris Stumpf in his 98. Kate Green picking up a top 10 starting spot, Rick.
And then in 11th place, it's going to be the number 35, Matthew Spinks. Next to him in the 67 in 12th position, Colin Allman. And then starting grid row number 7, you got the 22 in 13th position, Mike Holsclaw. Rex Hoyle, tonight's race sponsor, starting the number 54 in 14th position. Chad Meadows qualified the number 3 and 15th position. Chris started out row number 8. Next to him, the number 20 machine of Justin McDuff in 16th. 17th is going to belong to the 18 car of AJ the Green Mountain Madman Hamlin. And 18th is going to be the 45 Doug Wysocki. In 19th position, the 17 of AJ Rogers. Next to him is going to be Zach Cold Beer Coyer, going to be starting that 15 machine in 20th position. Chris, we got the 44 in 21st position. That's Mark Brabert. Justin Rigsby in the 99, going to be starting in 22nd. Rounding out that field tonight is going to be the 51 of Dylan Blankenship, starting 23rd.
Dylan Blankenship not on track as of yet. As we get ready to go to the green flag, pace car peels off. Matt Vaughty has control of the field. Green flag waves for the first time tonight. And
it was bait. Come on now.
What? Yeah. Skittle car, you're right. James drives slow. Hammond crashes whatever the hell he's driving. That's just the way it works. And I'm glad somebody else understands that.
That's true in real life too, isn't it?
Depends on which Hammond you're talking about, Mr. Hammond.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt Vaughty up front. He's got Brian Hacker. Actually, Hacker was able to take the lead. My goodness, I got to keep up here. Brian Hacker takes the lead. Vaughty in second. Jeffrey Stiles in the 85 third. Al Smith Jr. in fourth. Travis Wright in the 10 car, rounding out the top 5. A battle for 6th position is the 81. Trying to work that inside line. Hasn't quite come in yet. And the 119 of Cade Green tries to go around him. I don't know how somebody can go that long. Cade Green gets in a little trouble. Goes up way high and loses a bunch of positions. Looks like he rubbed the right front fender on the wall. And man, a little damage there. Brian Hacker, your race leader, and Rick, we're going to do exactly what you said. We're hopping into the cockpit early on this one. As we head into turns 3 and 4, and there's that bright spot right there. It's kind of moved a little bit since the end of the heat racing and practice. And the sun is going to go down. We're going to look at it one more time out of the windshield of your race leader, Brian Hacker, the 11 car, doing a great job here tonight. Full on control with almost a half a second lead. Bottom 1 second.
Linda, I'm glad that he was able to come down and visit you there for Thanksgiving. The racing will still be there, but it's all about family, and I'm glad that Katie got a chance. We miss him. I can't wait to see him back out on track again. Of course, I follow him on his Facebook page, so he's been doing a good job. Now, there's a couple things that we didn't talk about. Brian Hacker, right there, leading this race right now, getting a good start. He's the Western Championship, and he is racing as hard as he possibly can to kind of take over the Eastern and the overall.
I mean, I did talk about it.
Oh, you did? I just wasn't. I had no sound. Okay.
You weren't here.
Oh, I wasn't here?
You weren't here.
Oh, I was here, but I wasn't here.
Yeah, but you weren't here.
Okay, well, we'll just... I'll close that then. Hammond crashes the dragster once again.
What's the other thing, though? I mean, maybe there's some already. You said a couple.
No, that's it.
That was it? Just one?
Yeah, if you already talked about... Well, I mean, if you talked about what everybody was doing, yeah, where everybody is, and point standings. I missed the point.
I didn't go over the overall points. I did just where we stand right now, and I did talk about Brian Hacker winning and AJ Hamel with a close second. It really was decided in the last race of the Western Championship.
What you're saying is I got to pull up my information again?
Listen, I didn't close it. Andy Lambert seems like he dropped off the 72 off track, showing 11 laps down. So they're showing him as a DNS here tonight, which is a little odd. And we are under caution for the first time tonight. And not sure where it came from, so we'll do it this way. Uh-oh. Commentator curse. Rick, it was the 3 of Chad Meadows. Uh-oh. You had to say you were going with him.
I mean, look at that car, though. I mean, how could he not?
Ooh, gets really squirrely. Then heads into turn 1. He gathered it up.
AJ Rogers was right there. He was in the hot seat.
Wow. Oh, AJ Rogers doing a good job to avoid that one. Wow. All right, caution number 1 on the night, lap number 14. I've got something really cool I want to show you guys. I don't know how it's going to work because technically on short tracks, it's not really a thing, but I think I'm going to try and make it a thing here tonight.
We get surprises on our first night back. What was it, 2 weeks? It feels a lot longer than that.
It really does, doesn't it? Well, was it 2 weeks ago on Monday night, right? We finished up with the NRA or NSA.
Yep.
Excuse me, NSA.
NSA, yeah.
NRA is something completely different. So yeah, it really has been a couple of weeks. My goodness, time does fly though. Wow. If you're younger than me, heed this advice because I didn't. Don't blink.
I'm younger than you, and I could still tell if you're younger than me, don't blink, because Chris is right.
So caution 1, courtesy of Chad Meadows in the 3. And man, AJ Rogers did a hell of a job to avoid that one. Unbelievable. You know what I have not done yet, Rick? I want to thank everybody for coming out here on a Wednesday night. Here watching the Racing for a Cause Super Late Model East Coast Edition right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy work week to spend some time with Rick and myself.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Now, if you've fallen a little bit behind, we are in race number 8 of the 10 race fall championship series here at Racing for a Cause. So only a couple more races to go. We've already crowned one champion. That was the Western champion, Brian Hacker, and then number 11, Eagle Freedom Project Machine. Brian Nolan right now is leading the Eastern Series point standings with a slim 9-point lead over Brian Hacker, while Hacker has slightly more comfortable lead on the overall fall championship title fight with a 24-point lead on the 2017 fall late model champion. That's AJ Hamlin, that 18 machine. So these guys, only a couple of races left to go, Chris, but a lot on stake. A lot on stake. These guys have a lot of things to do, and they're all out there trying to do it here tonight in New Smyrna.
Now, I told you earlier today, Rick, the only thing I want on steak is a little salt and pepper.
We don't want to talk about that A1 steak sauce stuff. I have proof on how good that is.
I gotta see.
Ooh, $30,000.
Wow.
Now, if he wants to make a delivery of some Sun Drop Cola up here to Vermont, I could get him a Butto.
There is a race going on for second spot. Al Smith Jr. trying to make the outside work against Vadi. Vadi follows the position. Al Smith coming to race tonight. He's moved himself up to second spot. He's got Colin Allman right behind him in the 67. Outside lane, still the preferred line so far here tonight. Just a little bit more momentum is being able to be carried out there, and it's good enough to get around cars. The 87 of Ryan Nolan looking to try and figure out a way around the 8 car. Started up high, it was blocked, goes down low, blocked again. The 87 still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, Bade's been racing pretty hard, Chris. Now, we're used to seeing up towards the front, so he's trying to do everything that he possibly can to keep that 87 there, but 87 now working on the outside. Ryan Nolan trying to make his way down through the outside lane.
Oh, Bade gets loose coming off, and that's going to give Nolan all he needs. Nolan moves up one more spot, comfortably now in the top 5, running in 4th spot. A little bit of a battle going on behind Vade still. The 85, the 81 trying to do battle. It's Jeffrey Stiles in the 85, the 81 of James McIntyre. McIntyre making it happen. Chris Stumpf decides he's going to stick a nose in. Chris Stumpf working the outside of the 85 right now. And don't look yet, but here comes Justin McDuff in the 20. Arts Barbershop, number 20. And man, he is on a mission. He is trying to work his way up towards the front. McDuff in the 20 in the top 10. Right behind him, speaking of 10, it's Travis right in the 10 car. And he is rounding out that top 10 with Rex Hoyle in the 54 tonight's sponsor. Thank you again, Rex. The 54 running in 11th spot. Matthew Spinks, my friend, you are running in 12th position again. Sympathies going out to you and Brad and the rest of the Spinks family. Zach Coyer in the 15 car running in 13th position. AJ Rogers in 14th. Mark Fravert in the 44 running in 15th position. Justin Rigsby in 16th. Chad Meadows has worked his way back up to 17th position after coming down pit road. Doug Wasaki in 18th. Cade Green in 19th position. AJ Hamill, again, guys, he's not feeling well. He's out here just to run laps and not have to take a provisional. The 18 running in 20th position. Shout out to him for even making the field here tonight. Mike Holtzclaw rounding out the field. We've got 2 DNSs, 1 Andy Lambert, and 2 Dylan Blankenship. And it looks like Colin Allman putting a battle on the 11 now for the race lead. Allman had it at the line. That's the first lap this race that Hacker hasn't led.
Now, we've seen Allman before, Chris. I mean, he is a short track superstar out there in that 67. He's got some stiff competition right behind him. You know, Brian Hacker is not done yet. Hacker might say, okay, listen, we're on lap 31 right now. Or actually lap 32 now. And just give him a little time to run. And we're going to see, though. Hacker's not going to be giving up there, but it's good to see Allman up there. Our good friend Terry Foster out there in chat. Terry, good to see you, bud. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We've been plugging it. That's one of the guys right there who thought up of this great idea of a charity race coming up here in the new year. Blazing Pedals and Racing for a Cause going to join forces, do a charity race in the K&N car at a cool track that we're not talking about yet.
Yeah, not gonna blast the track because I'm in love with it, number one. And number two, got to leave some surprises out there. Lap count, I've got a general idea of where that's going to be. Not going to be running 100% fuel, so there will be pit stops as part of that. And man, I look forward to seeing exactly what Terry and Troy come up with for that charity race. First part of next year. And oh man, it's going to be cool. I can't wait to see the two different leagues kind of mesh together. I think it's going to actually work out really, really well.
I mean, it's a good thing I wasn't put in charge because it would have been 24 hours of like Daytona or Talladega, baby.
Oh, you baby. Mm-hmm. The 67, Colin Allman, after he was able to take over the lead from Brian Hacker, he's starting to walk away a little bit. 7/10 is the lead right now from Allman to Hacker. In the 11, Brian Hacker knows he just has to hold on. You know, right now, 7 laps ago, AJ Hamill, he decided that he had had enough for tonight. Again, not feeling well, so I can't blame him at all. He's not going to take last place points. He's going to take 21st place points. It's something. And Rick, you know, the racer in Hamill really, really showed tonight just by getting on.
I know how it is. You know, I mean, I'm not too sick, but I'm not feeling the greatest. But you know, to get in there into a cockpit, Chris, I don't know if I could have done it tonight. I mean, honestly, and you know, you're right. I mean, AJ, he comes out here, he wants to support the league. He knows that he has a lot online. He comes out, he does the best that he possibly can, and that's exactly what he did.
Terry, buddy, I'll always talk to you unless I'm broadcasting a race. And then I can't. Or if I'm sleeping. I couldn't do that either. Or if it's Saturday night. For other reasons. Except for the Saturday night that we're going to be running that charity race on again. It's got a great cause. It's going to have a great track. It's going to be two great leagues meshing together for the benefit of that one cause. Man, it's going to be something special. I can't wait.
And it's been a little bit since we've taken part in something like that, either as a driver or a broadcaster, Chris.
Yeah, last time it was Bristol for 250 laps, and that was some excellent racing. Ryan Nolan sitting in 4th spot. He had worked his way up there, and right now kind of has a big gap between himself and Al Smith Jr. just in front of him. And Vade right behind him in the 8 car, and he's got a bunch of cars behind him. Linda, it really is. We're going to have some special guests in the booth over the time that we're running it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be a Saturday night, which means I don't have to behave myself. And I'm not going to. Before the end of that race, I will probably be slurring. Rick's going to be picking up the slack along with the other guests up in the booth. I should still be able to push buttons, and that's about as far as I'll get.
We're going to have a lot of fun with it, man. I can't wait. It's exciting news. I'm very happy to be a part of it, obviously, with you. Even though you're like, you don't have to. But I got all this stuff this morning. It's like, hey, listen, I need you to come in the office. We're going to talk. You don't have to do it, but some Saturday night in January, we're going to be broadcasting a race. And by we, I mean me and you if you want to. But you don't have to. And I'm like, a race? He's like, yeah, charity race. And I'm like, I'm there with you, man. And he's like, well, it's with Racing for a Cause and Blazing Pedals. And I'm like, oh, I'm there.
I do have to look at the calendar. I know the weekend, Terry, that I can't do it. Hold on. Saturday the 18th will be the only Saturday in January I won't be available. Saturday the 18th. Brian Hacker trying to chase down Colin Allman, but Allman running away. 2.4 second lead over Brian Hacker. Al Smith Jr. really came to race tonight. He is set in 3rd spot and really doing a fantastic job here tonight. Brian Nolan in the 87 running in 4th, and here comes Vade. He's starting to put the pressure back on the 87.
I wonder if Al Smith maybe read chat before he started racing, man, and now he's got that garbage plate on his mind, so he's trying to get up through, win this race, so that way he can just continue on down to Rochester to grab himself one right now.
Man, I gotta go.
Like, man, I haven't had one of those in a week. I gotta go.
I keep looking at Chris Stumpf's car, man. That thing looks awesome. Of course, that's part of the new paint available. And Rick, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that thing, I think, bud.
Yeah, it's. I heard that it's a little difficult there to figure out, but once you get the hang of it, I mean, just like anything. I mean, that car it looks beautiful. iRacing having a big update there, Chris. I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to get home and get you all set up.
Yes, so thank you for that too.
Well, of course, you know that.
Oh, last weekend in January. Oh, that would be fun. What a way to say goodbye to January. Or hello to February. One or the other. I mean, really, it does come down to that. Of course, in February, watch for Sunday nights. Blazing Pedals going to be kicking off their new season. We're going from the trucks to the K&N car. Racing for a Cause also on a Sunday night. Unfortunately, not broadcasting, but something they're doing. They're running that K&N car also on a Sunday night. You know, that seems to me like they're opening up a possibility of a joint venture there at some point down the line too, Rick.
That would be kind of cool. I got some work to do though, Chris. I got to do a paint scheme for a good buddy of mine. I got to get started on that. Now, Terry, unfortunately, I probably won't get the new matte and chrome colors and everything figured out by the time I get that done, but I'm going to get you something. I have an idea in my head. I just have not had the time to sit down and do it.
And unfortunately, Matthew Spink's not able to finish here tonight. Again, heavy heart racing there. And, man, really, really heart pours out to the Spinks family with their loss. This is the toughest time of year to lose somebody in the family. So much about this time of year is family related. It's tough to have that reminder constantly bashing into you. One man who is so smooth out there. We're watching him, Colin Allman. We're going to drop into the cockpit. Well, you know what, Rick? I think we're going to hop into the passenger side and take a look out of the windshield here. There's some roll bars in there, but you can kind of get it. You know, there is some banking here. Really what we're trying to find is where he's braking, where he's right there on the brakes just a little bit. Roll that car up through the corner and back on that throttle. And you notice he's not just mashing it, Rick. This is important. You got to feather back in.
Feather back in, let it roll through the corner, and just lightly get on that. Because if you don't, we saw what happens, Chris. You're gonna start spinning. Tad Meadows showed us that there earlier. Now I'm wondering what's in that water bottle right there.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it were my car, I know what's in it. I'm just saying.
Dirty water?
No.
Carbonated dirty water.
Carbonated beverages of some type, sure.
If it was me, it'd be gamer stuff. I'd be sucking that stuff down like no tomorrow. That's probably that's why he's going fast.
Yeah, 32 and a half miles, and here comes a caution. It looks like it might be Justin McDuff. Yes, it is. He is on pit road. We're going to have to go back and take a look, see what happened. Oh, that's a bad one. I just saw it. Wait until you see it. We're watching the number 20, Arts Barbershop, driven by Justin McDuff. And, yeah, let's just say the impact that he gets is going to mess up his steering a little bit.
I think some of that had to do with just what we were just talking about, Chris. Getting on that throttle just a little too hard.
Yep. Up on two wheels, though. I mean, I'm going to give him a 10 for style points.
You might need some new brake
rotors.
Ooh,
I'm going to have to give him a bonus point for the rollover at the end. And the 20 hits that tow button. On pit road he goes. And the one guy that didn't want to see that, Colin Allman, because he just watched his lead evaporate. So a perfect 10 plus a bonus point for McDuff. And we are under caution one more time here. It's been a very clean race so far. Oh, just in. Russian judges are being a little tough here, Rick. They only gave him a 4.
Oh, man.
Four drivers off the track, 2 with a DNS. Matthew Spinks was the last one to call it a night so far, although McDuff's damage may end up ending his night. But Matthew Spinks finishing in 20th position tonight. AJ Hamill 21st. Andy Lambert and Dylan Blankenship with the DNS for this race. And I really don't know what happened to Andy, as I was actually talking to him before the heat racing started during practice.
I wonder if he came over and trying to open up my garage door right now. Kind of hard to tell because I'm at the other side of the house in the basement, so.
You know,
like, you know what? I'm going to go get that damn Mobuto.
I just realized something, and it's killing me. I forgot to put my slippers on.
What? How did you forget to put your slippers on?
I forgot to put my slippers on. It's killing me. Colin Allman in the 67 is your race leader. The 11 of Brian Hacker to his outside. The 96, Al Smith Jr. The 87 of Ryan Nolan. As we get set to go back under the green flag. This should be an interesting battle here between the top 5 or 6 cars. And we are back under the green flag. Allman wasting no time hitting the loud pedal. The 11 of Hacker trying to hold on as they're trying to split the difference between him. And I'm trying to be able to talk. Al Smith trying to get it done on the inside, Rick, and that has not proven to be the best way around so far here tonight. The 87 of Ryan Nolan trying to make him pay. He does on the outside. Ryan Nolan takes over the spot. Here comes the 81 of McIntyre. McIntyre now sets up on the outside, and Al Smith watching that third place run disappear. Chris Stumpf trying to join in the fun. The 98 running in sixth spot, taking it to the inside. McIntyre slipping back a spot. That leaves the 96 able to keep fourth spot, and the 98 working the inside. Is that inside lane starting to come in?
That's a good question, because right now Chris Stumpf really working hard on that inside lane, Chris, to try to get around the 81 of McIntyre. Still not able to do it. But here comes Bod. Body's right there. Gonna try to help out the 81. Says, hey, listen, if we just keep him down there,
Yeah, might have something.
it might work out. Rex Hoyle also joining into the fray there, sitting in 8th position in that 54 machine. Jeff Styles in 9th. Zach Colbier-Coyer worked his way up to the top 10.
Body was able to hold position against Chris Stumpf. So Body back up to sixth spot. Stumpf falls back to seventh. He's got the 54. Rex Hoyle behind him in the eighth. Styles in the 85, who is running in ninth spot right now, credited with the fastest lap of the race. Way back on lap number 2, a 17.111, a blistering lap time. Considering Allman, your race leader, his best time a 17.134. Brian Hacker, who had led the first 29 laps, Rick, he had a 17.115. So very, very close lap times there.
Very close.
These guys
Now,
definitely getting it done tonight, man. This is awesome.
They are. Down to the driver number 8, Matt Body, made. We've been messing up your name ever since we met you. You corrected us a couple times. We had it for a race or two and we forgot. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but we're just going to nickname you as Vader. Like Darth Vader, you know?
With a black car. Ooh.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I like it.
That car looks nice. He's got the nice silhouette there on the American flag.
Yeah, I love the layer work there. Good stuff.
It's a beautiful car. Got the Screaming Eagle there. You can see it just ever so slightly. I don't know why I didn't think of that. We just call him Vader, man.
Allman up front, your race leader. A 2.1 second lead over Brian Hacker in second spot. Ryan Nolan taking advantage of that restart to get up a position. In third now, Al Smith Jr. falls 1 to fourth. James McIntyre in the 81 in fifth spot. Vader in sixth. I like that, Rick. I like that a lot. Chris Stumpf in seventh spot. Rex Hoyle eighth. Jeffrey Styles in ninth position. And Zach Colbier-Coyer rounding out the top 10. Travis Wright in the 10 car, sitting in 11th position. AJ Rogers in the 17th and 12th. Mark Fravert in the 44, sitting at 13th. Justin Rigsby is right behind him in the 99, running 14th position. Damage on the right front, and the whole nose is kind of crinkled in there. The 3 of Chad Meadows running in third spot. He's 1 lap down. The first car 1 lap down. Mike Holtzclaw in the 22, also 1 lap down. He's running in 16th position. Doug Wasaki 1 lap down, the 45. Kind of quiet here tonight. Doug running in 17th position. Cade Green in 19 on your screen, the 119 in scoring. Cade running at 18th, 1 lap down. Now that's the field as it sits right now. Justin McDuff did call it a night. He will finish in 19th position.
Now it looks like we got a little battle starting to heat up here for second position right now. Brian Hacker has it. But let me tell you, that 87 of Ryan Nolan, Chris, has been looking every which way that he possibly can to try to find his way around that number 11 machine. With only 14 laps left to go, I think he might be trying to set up a move.
Wow. I'm glad you said that. This thing is going quick. 6.5 miles left, Rick. And that is it. Allman, he's in a different zip code right now. And the 87 of Nolan, Nolan, yeah. I almost did it again. Nolan, he took a peek to the inside and actually suffered a little bit, lost some time against Hacker. And the 96 of Al Smith Jr., an incredible run here tonight for him. Doing a great job running in fourth. Ten laps to go when Allman crosses the start-finish line. He's getting a bigger and bigger lead as the laps go by here, Rick.
Yeah, right now, Brian Hacker 3.650 seconds behind Allman right now.
Kind of makes you wonder how big the lead would have been if we hadn't had that caution. My goodness, the 67 looking strong out there. It's going wherever he wants it to go. And you see he's running just slightly higher than that bottom line. Able to keep the momentum going, able to break nice and easily into the corners. Good line out of Allman right now. Brian Hacker may have used up the equipment just a little bit too much to lead the first 29 laps of this race, but those are the only two drivers to lead tonight. That one lead change happening on lap number 30 when Allman took it over. And man, what a battle behind some of these guys. My goodness. The 81 taking a peek on Al Smith Jr., trying to put him down a spot, but trying to do it on the inside, and I don't think that's going to work. Vader looking to the outside now. Vader in that black number 8 can't quite get it done. Chris Stumpf right there on the back bumper as well. Man, good racing going on.
Fabulous racing right now. Chris Stumpf into the wall a little bit.
That's going to slow him down just a little bit. Vader able to continue on. Okay, now he needs to repaint his car. I want Imperial soldiers. I want Vader on the hood. And maybe like, you know, a desert with the 2 moons on the deck lid. I think that could be kind of cool. You want to get on that?
I'm glad I don't have to paint for you. Yeah, I just like putting, you know, a couple stickers on the car, make it look cool, and, you know, some cool colors, and be like, here you go. You like that? No, you don't like that? Find another painter, okay?
1.5 laps to go for Colin Allman. He is absolutely running away. Gap now almost 5 seconds to Brian Hacker. Good news for Brian Hacker, though. A second place finish going to help him in the point standings. Both on the West Coast, or on the East Coast, and on the overall. So a good run out of him. And coming out of turn 4 for the last time tonight, it's Colin Allman taking the checkered flag. Brian Hacker will finish second. And Ryan Nolan third. What a race. Good race. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You just saw the Racing for a Cause Super Late Model East Coast Edition with your race winner, Colin Allman. Stay tuned after this quick break. We're going to come on back and have a word with the top 3 drivers right after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
And here we are back live, getting ready for those post-race interviews. And man, Skittle Car, you got me again, man. Fun fact number 3, leader and winner Allman pre-race theme song. You got it, the Allman Brothers. And man, that's kind of cool, actually. Let's see, who do we got? Who do we not have, Rick? Let's go ahead and get Ryan Nolan up here. Ryan, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, bud. Congratulations, first of all, on finishing in 3rd spot tonight. We're starting to see a fire back into this thing, man. It's looking good out there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The setup was definitely a lot tighter than what I like, but it all came together there at the end. Just trying to track down Brian, but couldn't do it, and I was giving everything I had right there. So yeah, it was a good race. Good race for them. Good win for Colin, and yeah, all in all, it was a pretty successful evening.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. And of course, you were the topic of a little bit of discussion at the beginning. So it was a Chevy Chevette.
Yes, my first race car I drove in person was a Chevy Chevette. And yeah, the thing was destroyed before we got it. And it's actually the one that my cousin flipped at Thunder Road. And he finally killed it completely. And then after that, it was I think a Dodge Daytona and then the Ford Tempos.
There we go. All right, bud. Well, listen, anybody on the 87 that you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, the National Humane Society, adopt some pets. There's a lot of them out there. Gotta thank my family, my wife, you guys for broadcasting, and yeah, everyone involved. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, the whole race was a lot of fun. Good job out there, Ryan, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you. See you guys.
All right, bud. And that was our 3rd place finisher, the 87, Mr. Ryan Nolan. And 2nd place finisher, Brian Hacker, does not seem to be in TeamSpeak. So
I've been going through all the channels to see if maybe he was in the wrong one, because this isn't like Brian Hacker.
No,
but
that's true. Well, you know what we're going to do for him is we're going to give him a post-race interview, a la me style. Brian Hacker, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy? Why, yes, I do, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much. And listen, congratulations on your 2nd place finish. Well, thank you very much, Chris. It was a pleasure racing tonight. And Brian, who do you have on that car that you need to thank? Well, Chris, I've got the Beagle Freedom Project. I've had that on the hood since I can remember, and I've always run it here at Racing for a Cause. And I want to thank everybody here at Racing for a Cause for being such great guys, and I especially want to thank Chris and Rick up in the booth. Well, thank you very much, Brian.
And also, I got to thank my teammates over at Smith Racing.
Oh, yeah, Smith Racing. Yeah,
Don't forget that.
Yeah, almost forgot that one. Brian, it's been a pleasure. Have a great night. Thank you, Chris and Rick. Wait,
hold on. Look who. Okay, let's do this for real.
Okay. Brian, we kind of already interviewed you. I don't know if you saw that yet or not, but yeah. Well, anyways, let's do it for real. So congratulations on a 2nd place finish out there, bud.
Thanks, man. I didn't realize I'd been disconnected, so that's my fault.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we went on and did it without you, but we'll let you talk now. Listen, a 2nd place finish, a pretty darn good finish for you. You're looking strong in these points, man. Is anything going to stop you from taking this overall?
I feel pretty good about the overall. I don't know where AJ Hamlin finished tonight, but we've had some pretty good runs, and hopefully we can keep it up over the last 2 races and bring it home. I don't think I've won a championship with RFC, so it'd be pretty special to win one. But a 2nd place finish tonight honestly is like a win to us. Colin Allman, he's a unicorn. I don't know if he's a human.
Yeah, he is a tough runner out there. And anybody on that car that you need to thank tonight, bud?
It was a good run for the Smith Racing group. Al finished 4th. Jimmy finished 5th. It looks like Mike got caught up in some stuff, but overall good run, putting 3 of us in the top 5. And obviously Beagle Freedom Project. Anytime I get a chance to talk to you guys, I try to shout them out. And Narrative Coffee, who's on the back, and you guys honestly for doing this, and Andy for kind of taking one for the team tonight, and adminning from the booth.
All right, Brian. Well, I did miss one sponsor, I guess, when we interviewed you the first time.
We did. Yep.
Yeah. So I do apologize for that.
All good. I'll have to check out your guys' rendition of my interview. I'm sure it's more entertaining.
All right,
Hey,
brother.
wait,
Well,
before you go, you said that you never won a champion, but you really technically have because you are the Western champion.
yeah, that's true.
True. I guess that's true if we're talking technicalities, but
Technicality, but I know what you're saying.
yeah, it'd be great to sweep it. I know Ryan finished right behind me tonight, but I know I'm still in play for that Eastern Championship too. I'd love to sweep it and bring home all three.
Yeah, make it so there are no questions at all. Congratulations once again tonight, Brian, on that second place finish.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too, bud. Brian Hacker, driver of the number 11, bringing it home in second spot tonight. And that leaves us with just one driver to talk to, Rick. It's the driver of the number 67, the alien himself, Colin Allman. Colin, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you took over the lead on lap number 30, never looked back, led the last 71 laps. And I thought for a minute that caution might bite you. What were your thoughts going into that last restart?
I just knew I had to get a better jump. Get a better jump than Brian, then I could get out to a good lead. I just had to keep him guessing on when I was going to fire, and it ended up working out.
It sure did. And before you knew it, man, you had like a 2-second lead, and then you stretched out to 5 seconds at the line, almost exactly. So a good run out of that 67, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Anybody on that car that you need to thank tonight?
I just got to thank the guys at French Coast Mafia. They ran the Speed 51 Snowball Derby tonight. Not sure how they did. I got to check in with them, but shout out to them, and shout out you guys for broadcasting, and RFC for putting on a good series.
All right, brother. Well, listen, congratulations once again on the win tonight. We look forward to seeing you again next week.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And that was the driver of the 67, tonight's race winner, Colin Allman. I want to thank you guys once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You've just seen the Racing for a Cause Super Late Model East Coast Edition. As Rick, we've only got 2 more races to go, man. Hard to believe.
Yeah, 2 more races to go. They're going to go quick, Chris, and then we're going to get a little bit of a break there as Blazing Pedals and RFC are going to be off until February. Of course, we do have that special charity race coming up in January also, so it's going to be a little bit before we're back here in the booth, but hey, we still got 2 weeks left to do, and I'm looking forward to them.
Yes, sir. Me too. And I want to thank everybody once again for coming on out, taking some time out of your work week. We really do appreciate it. Hope the rest of the week is very, very good for you. Finish it out strong, and we will see you here next week. Thank you very much.